Hi there, it's me, Josh. Thanks again for checking out my channel. I just wanted to do a quick, hopefully quick, follow up to yesterday's video, Pursuing Meaning, Not Happiness. I just want to talk about a couple times in my life that it was extremely helpful for me to remember that. And maybe maybe it can benefit you too. The reason I didn't do it yesterday is because the video was getting a bit longer. Um, it could be a bit emotional to talk about these types of things. So, um, yeah, I'm just going to share some of the most hardest times, I guess, in my life, where you have to focus on not the happiness that maybe something brought you and now it's gone. So I'm going to talk about, losing things and grief and how to find meaning and purpose after those things or how to move on, right? So when I was 22 in 1994, I lost my mother due to cancer. And that was the first time, like I had lost a grandparent before or something, but the mother is like your mother. You're very close to your mother, especially boys, especially a boy with muscular dystrophy, very close to your mother. So that was hard. That was tragic for sure. And it wasn't a surprise. It wasn't unexpected. She was dealing with cancer for many years. Um, but it's something that I asked myself, can I still go on without a mother? And fortunately, I could. And after my mother passed, there were some certain things that I did for the first time ever, like have a job, um, and learn how to like really cook for myself. Even though like I have a passion now for cooking, and I was learning it from my mother. Like I didn't totally get into it, but um, after my mother passed, I really found a passion for cooking and making great food. And yeah, it's still one of my passions today. Um, so, we lose something, but then we find something as well. And we find something that's important that gives us meaning and lasting joy, not just in the moment happiness. All right. And then another thing that caused me grief for loss was when I lost my brother, and that was 2000 2013, September of 2013. And you're like, you lost your brother. Well, yeah, I haven't mentioned this yet, but you guys know muscular dystrophy is a genetic disease. My brother also had Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and he passed away when he was 29. I was 30. I was his older brother, and he passed away. And that was tough too because him and I could talk about our struggles, about our what was going on in our lives, and we understood each other better than a lot of people understood us, right? So that was a significant milestone for sure. Um, and what happened at that time, like my sister and I were always really close, but that brought my sister and I closer together, I think, more than anything. And then a year later, my my father passed away. So I've dealt with a lot of grief. I've dealt with a lot of loss, and yeah, brutal. And some of the things that happened after my father passed away, that like I really relied on my father for a lot of things, for a lot of wisdom, for a lot of support, including financial support. To be honest, he helped me out whenever he could, and um, yeah. So That was a huge loss, and that was the first time ever that, like, after after he passed away, I hit some really significant milestones. Like, I started my first ever business. I flew across the country. I did a lot of cool things that, like, I never thought like I might have been capable of. Right, and like I'm in my 30s at this point, and I'm doing things that I've never done before. Stuff that, I quote unquote should have done when I was younger, but I was doing them now, even though it was harder. It was funner. It made it funner, but it was harder for sure. And then I told you guys about the story of getting a trach and vent. There's a grief there too, because you lose a lot of ability and flexibility in your life. So there was a grieving process there too. And then about 2 years ago now, yeah, 20 months ago, um, my most significant quote unquote romantic relationship in my life ended. She and I had been together for about 3 years, and I'm not going to get into details, maybe in another video, but yeah, she and I broke up, and that was extremely hard. Again, I was there was a grief, there was a sense of loss, right? Um, because that was probably my first um, long term relationship. Other girlfriends and stuff like that in the past, but nothing too significant. So like I thought to myself, like, oh, this was my chance at a long term, lasting, forever relationship. And like there was times in that relationship where I thought that was going to be the case, but you know, things come and go, right? You plan for the best, and sometimes you get the worst, right? So we broke up. I was very depressed for a few months, but again, there's some things that I learned from that relationship. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of stuff about intersexual dynamics and stuff like that, but I've done a lot of research about that since then. But yeah, so um, again, out of every single loss and tragedy has come something usually wonderful, usually a new passion or opportunity to learn or grow. So I just want to share that with you. Yeah. So thanks again for tuning in. If you're stuck, if you're struggling, use the link below to get in contact with me. I put the books again below that I highly recommend. Um, you can get them on audio or Kindle. So they're accessible formats for people with limited mobility. Plus, you can buy just a hard copy. You can buy a book. Um, yeah. So please like it, share it. Um, if it benefits you, it'll benefit someone else. So share it. That'd be great. All right. Thanks again. I'll hopefully have another video tomorrow. All right. Take care. Thank you. Bye.